Yes, Lista Nyaringo here. Today, I have seen a very strong-worded statement coming from the former Speaker of the National Assembly, the former Attorney General, former CS, Cabinet Minister Justin MUTURI, castigating the President strongly. And again, he has a democratic right to do what he's doing, but I think for purposes of accountability, being truthful, being honest, being somebody who is straightforward, it is high time that leaders, or rather people who are appointed by any government that is in power, to come out strongly to resent, or rather to express outrage once they experience any negativities within that government. They need to start striking where the iron is hot. In fact, that's the reason why I strongly believe that the outgoing, can I call him the outgoing, the just impeached former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, I may speak so much against William Samoei Ruto, but when you go to the specifics, if it could have been the Deputy President today, I don't think Rigathi Gachagua could have woken up one morning and say enough is enough. This government is corrupt. This government is killing our young people. This government is abducting our young people. This government is looting public covers. It doesn't make sense for once leaders have been fired from the position of leadership, from the position of power, they get the ammunition, they get the powers to start speaking against the regime or against the government that gave them such opportunities. Yes, I understand. Justin MUTURI took a long time to come out and express outrage against the government of President William Ruto following the abduction of his son. Ilimchukua karibu 9 months. Why did it take him 9 months? You know, why is he now speaking strongly about this regime? Suppose Ruto angemfuta, angeongea haya, si angekaa nayo mpaka ikae kwa roho forever. Viongozi lazima wakuje mbele, waongee ukweli. In fact, I respected the current NAC Kenya chairman. You know, NAC Kenya. I think NAC Kenya has transitioned to another party name. Martha Karua, nampenda kwa sababu I remember there's a time she was appointed as a cabinet minister and she resigned with Danson Mungatana. That's the type of leadership that we want. You become a renegade when you are within a system. You don't become a renegade when you have been kicked out. Who will trust you? Suppose Justin MUTURI zazile mtoto wake alikuwa abducted, yange come out and say no, enough is enough. You have abducted my son. Sasa nilikuongelesha ndio mtoto wangu akaachiliwa, meaning President William Samoei Ruto is behind the abductions. Justin MUTURI angekuwa na heshima, tungempatia heshima kubwa sana. Sasa amefutwa ndio anaongea maneno machafu ama maneno magumu ama maneno mazito towards the current regime led by William Ruto. So the leaders, where are the principles? Where are their principles? When you speak, when you have been kicked out, when you are in, you are a friend to the regime that is initiating, or rather making all manner of vices, all manner of negativities toward the Kenyan people. You praise, you just look at it from this eye, the other eye says, okay, forget it. So long as my interests are taken care of, I'm not going to speak against this. But the moment they say now, enough is enough, you are shown the door, that's when you start speaking. Yes, MUTURI, you have a right to speak, but I think to be more principled, once you experience negativities in a regime, even in an organization, it can be a private or public organization, once you have experienced that things are not done right, things are done negatively to your principles, detrimental to your principles, you quit. You wash your hands and say, enough is enough. I cannot be part and parcel of this government, part and parcel of this organization because of ABCD. But the moment things have turned AY on you, That's when you start shouting from rooftops. Nobody will trust you. Nobody will believe in you. By and large, hiyo ndio imekuwa the political culture in our country. People always speak out once they are out of the system. When they are inside the system, they even condone murder, they condone corruption, they condone abduction, they condone all manner of vices which are detrimental to the success of Kenya. Nani atawaamini? Anyway, Muturi has a right, and the others like Gachagua has a right, but we expected Gachagua to come out and say enough is enough. This is not the government. This is not the bottom-up wherever government we brought into power. This is not the UDA government we campaigned for. Atoke. Sasa haya hata akiongea in tongues of angels. Ni wacha wengine watamwamini, but some of us who are reasonable enough may not believe them 100%. We may not believe what they are saying 100%. Tafadhali, kiongozi, come on, if you belong to a regime that you believe is acting contrary to your laid down principles, natural principles, your ethical principles, your values, your character segment, you just quit. Unajingatusha madaraka, unasema pana, hapa siwezi, I can't belong to this regime which is perpetuating this and that against the Kenyan people. That's when you gain respect, you gain accolades. Kenyans will identify you as a true leader and a principled person who can even be a national leader, who can be voted to even become president. Lakini maneno ya kusaziru mnatushwa madaraka ndio unaanza kupiga mdomo, wako hivi. You tell us how dirty the kitchen is. We expect you to speak against the kitchen when you are inside the kitchen. Tell us the dirt that is in the kitchen when you are there.